It's time we start today's scientific session. The first session will be by Dr. Suman Kollipara. To introduce Dr. Suman to all, I now request Dr. Nimmi, PG scholar from the Department of Swasthya. Dr. Nimmi.
I take this opportunity to welcome our speaker, Dr. Suman Kollipara, who is the president of Peachtree Innovation Society. He is a co-founder of a non-profit Peachtree Innovation Society Center for Wellness and Wellness that organizes lecture, workshop, and healing programs such as Wellness from Within, Reinventing Human Potential, Conscious Leadership for individuals and organizations around the world using tools of ancient wisdom and modern medicine. He comes with a unique background of veterinary medicine, computer science, and 14 years of training in Sookshma self-compassion meditation under Ancient Six Sunita. He is also author of a book, Ancient Six for Silicon Age. He has presented a session at WHO in Geneva addressing the nations and territories telecasted live across the globe on wellness from within with special emphasis on mental illness and non-communicable disease. Presented session at WHO on conscious leadership. Presented keynote session to the leadership team and employees of DC Support Canadian Institute of Health Research. He presented paper Wellness Beyond Mindfulness in 25th World Summit on Psychiatry, Psychology, and Psychotherapy Conference at San Francisco. Presented keynote on conscious leadership and a practical experimental workshop at PPMG Annual Employee Summit in Vancouver, British Columbia. He presented Ideation to Innovation at American Marketing Association Annual Conference in British Columbia. Presented lecture workshop Reinventing Human Potential at Municipal Innovators. And many other workshops he presented the Sookshma self-compassion meditation workshop at City of Berkeley. Presented other lecture workshop at Executive Management of Pacific at San Francisco. And even he worked on rehabilitation of patients recovering from various addictions using the Sookshma self-compassion healing program. Presented many lecture workshops to bring awareness of mental illness in teen and youth, and a workshop involving medical testimony, guided meditation, public awareness about how Crohn's disease and irritable bowel disease can be healed through self-compassion, meditation, and lifestyle shift. And he conducted innumerable workshops at public libraries and schools in various cities across North America. Once again, I am glad to welcome you, sir, for the session. Thank you, sir.
Thank you very much for the warm introduction. I have a quick question. How much time do I have? Because I know the introductory session went a little bit far, so I just want to know. Based on that, I will deliver my session. Can anyone?
45 minutes. Sir.
45 minutes. Okay. So we will do a 20-minute talk and a 25-minute experiential session. Okay.
Yes,
fantastic. First of all, my humble pranams to all the chief guest dignitaries who have spoken amazing things about yoga. In fact, I don't even need to speak. The beautiful things have been said. It will be pretty much a reiteration, but definitely I'll share my personal experience. My pranams to all the healthcare workers from all sides of industries, both from allopathy, Ayurveda, homeopathy, naturopathy, all healthcare workers who are in the front line, taking care of the lives of the people in the past year and a half, putting their lives at risk so that they can save our lives, so that we can sit here and talk. So my humble salutations to all these healthcare workers in the front line. And also my humble pranams to great ancient sages of this yogic wisdom, all the saints, gurus, teachers, masters, who have been transmitting this time-tested, timeless wisdom generations down the lane, so that we can continue the tradition. It benefits not only just our culture from India, but across the globe today. Before I start the actual session of my talking, I would like to request everyone to practice a simple thing. I would like you all to please bring a subtle smile on your lips. A smile like this. Everybody please bring that subtle smile on your lips. In fact, this simple smile does wonders in your life. It is probably the most easiest and the most effective yoga technique that you can use throughout the day. You don't have to spend hours to do yoga asanas or hours of meditation, which is all great if you have time, but we all live in a very modern, hectic lifestyle. When you bring this smile, no matter where your mind is wandering, it will come into the present moment. And one of the most essential aspects of yoga is to live in the present moment. And not only that, this smile, whatever emotion that you carry on your face, it will spread to every single cell in your organ. There has been phenomenal amount of scientific research done in this area called facial feedback. Research started with Charles Darwin in 1800s. And they found that whatever emotion that you carry on your face actually carries to rest of your body. So your psychology affects your physiology. So please keep those smiles, and I'll keep reminding you if possible throughout the session, so that we can continue with this pure energy throughout, sending that pure vibrations across. In fact, when I have met an ancient sage, Sunita Ma, here in Canada, in Vancouver, the first thing I thought that she was going to teach me some complex yoga techniques and mudras and asanas and all kinds of things, pranayamas. But when I met her, she only asked me one simple thing. She said, Suman, can you bring that simple smile? And I continue to see how this ancient sage Sunita Ma initiates everyone with that simple smile. And I have realized in my experience that this smile, in fact, brings ananda in us very naturally, very easily, and very effectively. And of course, we know the very end goal of yoga is ananda, sat, chit, and ananda, to experience that constant bliss. And that bliss has been the source of energy for not just you and me, for all the ancient sages. And that powerful vibration of bliss is what sustains the life. And I felt that bliss is actually a bridge between the wellness and oneness. Because when I started my journey in this yoga 15 years back with ancient sage Sunita, I have experienced in the first session itself, in that deep healing meditation, that state of transcendence, that state of pure bliss, where my mind came into a complete stillness, where I did not know where I was for a few moments. And even after the session, I have started to experience this ananda. And no matter what was happening out in the world, when I came into the world to do the real work, the duties of the karmas and the dharmas, that pure bliss did not go away, and I continue to stay in that bliss. And that is the first time I have actually ever experienced the pure ananda. And in a few sessions, I have realized my health became perfectly fine. I used to have stomach and intestinal problems, and all my emotional turmoil and stress completely vanished. And that is when I realized the true process of yoga is actually getting inside and clean and purify the mind. In fact, ancient sage Sunita Ma brought into light a very ancient healing system called Sookshma. Sookshma means subtle, micro. The pure essence of Sookshma is to get into the very essence of the mind and clean the layers of vasanas and samskaras and all these accumulations that we have from many, many births. And ancient sages like her have been able to do this without, of course, there are techniques and there are methods to do that, but just being in the presence, the pure vibrations of energy penetrate into our consciousness and clean the consciousness so that we can experience effortlessly the pure vibration of energy. And I've seen in the last 15 years, people from all kinds of illnesses, simple to complex illnesses like diabetes, hypertension, Crohn's, colitis, rheumatoid arthritis, all kinds of illnesses heal very quickly and come back to normal state. And with that inspiration, of course, I have co-founded this non-profit called Peacefully Center for Wellness and Oneness, where we have been helping grassroots level. The goal of our organization has been to go to work at the grassroots and help a common man, a layman, understand this complex knowledge of ancient wisdom as well as the modern medicine, synthesize them together and create a model of integrative thinking, integrative medicine, so that a common man can take charge of their life and experience that highest potential and the purest consciousness and peak wellness. And in fact, I've also realized that yes, there are thousands of volumes of books and scriptures from all parts of India, from different traditions. But what is important is the experience of it. When I met Master Sunita, yes, I had some understanding of yoga. I read a few books here and there. But after that experience of that ananda, I have really understood the very essence of all the great ancient wisdom of our Sanatana Dharma. In fact, I have realized that I have known the one through which anything else can be known, and that is the true experience of yoga. In fact, it reminds me of the story of King Janaka and sage Ashtavakra. Probably many of you know this. King Janaka had great scholars and pundits and amazing people who had read scriptures and volumes of commentaries on all these scriptures. And they used to talk about this experience of bliss and ananda. And King Janaka heard for a long time, and after a while he got fed up and he said, everybody is talking about this. Can I have the experience of that bliss, that ananda? And obviously the scholars were shocked. They were like, yes, we are talking about it, but nobody has the experience. And at that time, King says, if you don't give me the experience of ananda or the Brahmananda, I will kick you out from this palace, from my courtyard. You don't have any place here anymore. And everybody was worried that king is going to kick them out. And that is when this sage Ashtavakra heard about this and walked into the palace and said, yes, I can actually give the experience of bliss. And everybody sitting there laughed at Ashtavakra, because Ashtavakra, he had 8 deformities in his body and he looked like a very common man. He didn't look like a great scholar or anything like that. No pomp and show or nothing like that. And then when the scholars laughed at him, Ashtavakra laughs back to them. And the scholars say, why are you laughing at us? And Ashtavakra says, well, you know what? You are looking like cobblers. And then the scholars get angry. You're calling us cobblers? We look like cobblers to you. And then Ashtavakra says, yes, of course, cobblers work with the skin. And you are looking at my skin and you are judging me. You are not looking inside what I have. And King Janaka sees this and gets really amazed with his answer. And he says, Ashtavakra, I am ready for this. Please help me experience this bliss. So Ashtavakra takes him to the forest. He says, I cannot give you this here in the palace because this is filled with all this rajasic, tamasic and sattvic lethargy and pride and delusion and false ego. So he says, Janaka, we have to go to the forest. So he takes him to the forest. Obviously, all the ministers and the queens, they also go with him. So after some time, Ashtavakra says, you all stay here. I'll take Janaka inside the forest. And then he takes him and he says, King, I'm going to give you the experience of Brahmananda. What Guru Dakshina can you give me? And Janaka says, yes, I can give you whatever you want. I can even give you my kingdom for this. And Ashtavakra says, I don't need any of that because I'm an ascetic. All that I need is your mind. And King Janaka says, yes, here is my mind. And he closes his eyes. And after a few minutes, Ashtavakra leaves from there. King Janaka stays in that state. And the whole day is over. No movement, nothing. And the ministers and the queen, everybody starts searching for him and come to him and try to wake him up. They say, Maharaja, please wake up. And King Janaka doesn't come out of that state. And they think this Ashtavakra had done some kind of black magic or put him in some hallucinative state. And they go in search of him and they bring him. And Ashtavakra smilingly goes to Janaka and says, Maharaja, can you open your eyes? And then Janaka opens his eyes. And then the story continues that in a flash of a second, he experienced that Brahmananda. So this is from the most ancient tradition times, Ashtavakra. And I have been blessed to find such an Ashtavakra here in Canada in form of Sunita Amma. So what I am trying to say is, yes, we are all talking about Panchakoshas, Panchendriyas, Panchatatvas, Panchabhutas. But to experience that subtlest of the subtle Anandamaya Kosha, it is not an easy effort. I know we do lots of techniques of pranayama and all these things, but yet the experience of that Sat Chit Ananda is so difficult. And it is possible with the presence of these ancient sages who can transmit that pure vibration of energy to help us experience that pure Ananda. And because of that Ananda, automatically wellness blossoms, because trillions of cells in your body start to sprout. When you sow these seeds and the seeds start to sprout, just like that, trillions of cells in our body starts to sprout. And then we start to experience that oneness with ourselves and oneness with everyone. So today, of course, the whole wellness has become the topic of discussion for everyone in the last 1.5 years because of COVID. I'm glad that at least because of COVID, everybody has become very aware of the wellness. But I think there has been a jeopardy for this wellness, not just in the last 1.5 years, but for many decades, because of what is called as NCDs or non-communicable diseases. NCDs are illnesses like diabetes, hypertension, rheumatoid arthritis, cancer, anxiety, depression, Crohn's, colitis. All these are outcome of something which is not a virus. They are not happening because of contagious disease like virus or COVID. They are happening because of the vices of the mind. The root is in the mind. Unfortunately, we have been abusing this mind, and because of that mind, we are going through bad lifestyles, bad attitudes, bad behaviors, leading into most of these illnesses. In fact, the ancient wisdom says mind is such a powerful tool. It can either empower you or it can take you down. But unfortunately, we are using it in a negative direction. You know, the virus needs air or water as a medium for it to transmit. But the illness of the mind, the vices of the mind, they doesn't need any medium. You know, the mind is the fastest thing in this world. And it cannot be seen. Of course, virus you can probably see under a microscope, electron microscope, or a very powerful microscope, but you cannot see the mind. And so because of that, what we are doing is we are hiding all these vices of kama, krodha, lobha, moha, mada, matsaryas inside this mind under the hood. And we are abusing it in the name of name, fame, power, money. And because of which we go through the cycles of fear and stress and anxiety, eventually leading to most of the chronic illnesses like NCDs. In fact, if you see the numbers, COVID has taken the lives of 3.8 million people in the last 1.5 years. Do you know how many lives NCDs take every year? According to World Health Organization, 41 million deaths across the globe happen because of NCDs. 7 out of 10 deaths in the world are because of NCDs and chronic illness. This is the silent epidemic that has been killing us for decades, and it is time we work on fixing it. All that we are unfortunately doing is take a pill and we expect that symptoms will go away, but we never go to the root. And that is where the ancient wisdom of yoga has given a time-tested solution. And the solution is to tame that mind, to calm that mind, as Yoga Vasishtha says, Mana Prashamana Upaya Yoga Itibhyate, which means the silencing and calming of the mind is yoga. When you silence the mind, then we can experience the pure energy. We can clean the mind, like I mentioned in the Sookshma healing process, purifying the mind, eliminating those vices layer by layer by layer, and start experiencing that ananda. And apart from that, there are certain habits which yoga prescribes. Yukta ahara viharasya, yukta cheshtasya karmasu, yukta swapnava bodhasya, yogo bhavati dukkha. It is saying all that we have to do is eat right, sleep right, work right. All that we have to do to take care of this precious resources, those 3 things. In fact, you don't really have to do anything for this body. It's the greatest miracle. Sharira madhyam kalu dharma sadhana. It is the tool to do our dharmas. But unfortunately, we are abusing this body. So the time is now for us to fix the root cause of NCDs by going inside to the subtlest of the subtle, so that we can awaken that conscience, that inner voice, so that we make right choices by being conscious about our thoughts, about our emotions, and go to the state of consciousness, the chit, so that we can experience constant bliss. Constant bliss leads to the state of homeostasis. Homeostasis is the state of perfect equilibrium, where every system in your body is functioning at a normal, optimal level. So that is the story of wellness. Today, of course, we are also, the theme is yoga for unity and wellness. We talked about wellness. How to attain that unity? How to attain that oneness? In fact, mind, body, spirit, we have those 3 dimensions, the 3 pieces of the puzzle. How do we bring them together? Just like a puzzle where we have so many pieces. And of course, yoga is a way to glue them together so that we can experience oneness within. And then oneness with the world is very important, because there are 2 problems in the world today: illness and divisiveness. Divisiveness in the name of race, religion, culture, gender. So many things are happening because of this divisiveness. So the goal is to experience that oneness. In fact, our human brain is wired for oneness. There is a subset of neurons in our brain called mirror neurons. And these mirror neurons are also called as empathy neurons. Whenever we see somebody else doing a certain action or an emotion, these mirror neurons get triggered. And we want to do the same thing. An example, suppose you're in a group of people and somebody had pain or something and they fell down. What do? We immediately respond to that person. We immediately show our empathy and compassion because the emotion in that other person has triggered these mirror neurons in us, and it helped us experience the pain and suffering of the other human being. And that mirror neuron is in fact responsible for that oneness. In fact, even right now, as we are speaking, as we are participating in this virtual conference, we are all connected with the nervous systems. All our nervous systems are connected. We are one, but we are just separated by the skin. In fact, that is what the great Advaita talks about. The great Adi Shankaracharya says, Ekoham Bhushyam, one manifested into many. Ekam Eva Advitiyam Brahma. Brahma is one and only one, without any second. That is our true nature. We all come from that oneness. Just like the pots come from the clay, just like the jewels come from the gold. Similarly, all these bodies are coming from that Brahman, that pure consciousness. So how do we catch that oneness? How do we experience that oneness? Well, there is that pure self in each one of us. We call that I. Every person uses the word I am this, I am that, I am doing this. You see that I, which is common to all of us, that I is what we need to catch. That I is what, of course, the great saint Ramana Maharshi says, find out who that I is. Once you catch that I, the game is over. But the problem in the world today is, we use that I, but we get entangled with everything around. We associate that self, that I, that aham, with this physical body, which is akara. And that leads to ahamkara. And because of that ahamkara, we go through this pain and suffering, pain and pleasure. We forget that true I, and we get entangled in those emotions, in this changing form and changing name. And that changing form and name leads to suffering in our life. We get associated with those emotions. I am angry, I am happy, I am sad. No, you are not that. I am I. As long as you associate with those external emotions, external changing things, we go through suffering, we go through the divisiveness. But unfortunately, the simplest and easiest way to go back to the source is to catch that I, that aham, that pure self. When you catch that pure self, then you will be able to see the pure self in others too. Many people ask me, okay, so ancient wisdom says Atma is there in everyone, but I'm not seeing that. I see all the problems, all the attitudes, all the things that he's doing. Well, the reason is, first of all, you have not found your true I, the true self, that Atma. Once you see and experience that, then of course that is what you will see. Manomulam idam jagat. However your mind is, so is how you see the world. How you see the world is the same with the mind. So when you experience that Atma, then you will start to see that Atma in everyone. So the critical part in this is to experience that true self. And that true self can only be experienced when the mind is cleansed and purified. So my dear friends, I would like you all to go deeper beyond the techniques, beyond the lectures, beyond the talks, beyond the readings. Yes, these are all good supporting systems, but ultimate is the experience of that ananda, that bliss. When you experience that, then your wellness and oneness both become natural, because that is your true nature. So let us now experience that bliss for a few minutes. So I think I have about 20 minutes to do this. Okay, so let's do a simple practice, just a few minutes. The Sookshma healing is based on simple principles of purity, self-love, and self-compassion. The first step in that is to do some simple subtle exercises. Yes, you can do yogasanas, you can do pranayamas and all that. That is great, but simple, because we have a chaotic, hectic lifestyle. People don't have time. So this is tailor-made for that. simple things that you can do to take care of your body, take care of your mind, and connect with that Ananda. I hope you're all still smiling, keeping that subtle smiles on your lips, so that with that subtle smile, we'll start some simple practices. So let's do a nice stretch. I know a lot of you have been sitting for a long time. So take a nice stretch. Take a deep breath. Keep that smile. Don't forget that smile. Now you can do a stretch to the side as well. You can do this while sitting. If you want to do it by standing, that is okay. All right. Now just relax your shoulders, just to make sure you're not holding any tension in your back. Front to back, back to front. Put your fingers on your shoulders. Do rounding of your shoulders, please. Keep that smile, please. That smile is your best friend. I know it is very difficult for us because we are not used to this. We wait for others to smile. If they don't smile, we get upset. Why bother? Start smiling for yourself, right? It is free. You don't have to pay for it. Simple smiles. That smile speaks everything. And when the other person is not smiling, when you smile, they start to smile too. So there are so many benefits to this smile. Okay. So now let's do a couple of neck exercises, just rounding off your neck. Because I know you have been sitting for the last almost 2 hours now, right to left and left to right, clockwise, anti-clockwise, simple rounding of your neck. Keep that smile, keep breathing. Breathe and smile, breathe and smile. Now I would like you to do another simple neck exercise. Imagine you're drawing the infinity sign, number 8 in a lying down position. So using your chin, you're drawing that infinity sign. Clockwise and anti-clockwise. Simple things that you can do wherever you are, at your desk, while you're doing some work at home, even at office, you can do this. Then meditation and yoga becomes part of your life. It's not separate. You are yoga. Okay. Now let's do a simple tapping. This is tapping. Simply tapping is such a powerful exercise. Tapping every corner and then chop, 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 punch, 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 chop, 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 punch, punch, punch. When you're doing this, it is triggering blood circulation. Every cell in your body is getting triggered. So please tap, 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 tap. And then rub, rub, rub. When you do this rubbing like this, you're moving your lymphatic system, which is purifying your blood. Very important. Just simple things. You're bringing attention to your body. Otherwise, this monkey mind keeps wandering here, there, and everywhere. We know that. We know how this mind is. So we are taming the mind in this process. Simple ways of taming the mind, bringing attention to your body. And then we go into meditation. Okay. Now just do one more exercise. Okay. Because we don't have much time, I'm speeding up everything because I don't want other speakers to wait. So I'm just trying to do it very quickly so that we can finish it on time. Okay, now I want you to do this simple exercise. Give yourself a nice hug. Give yourself a nice hug. And close your eyes, please. And keep that smile. Keep that smile. And now bring all your attention to your heart. Bring all your attention to your heart, please. Keep breathing and smiling. Now spread that smile into your heart. Make a conscious effort to spread that smile into your heart, please. And now repeat this promise after me. You're going to take your name and repeat this promise. I know many people are in the university, in your offices, but please don't feel shy. Just take your name and repeat after me. I'll take my name and I will request you to take your name, and please do this. Suman, I love you. Take your name and say that, please. Suman, I love you. I respect you. I honor you. No matter what, I'll never let you down. I'll take care of you physically, mentally, emotionally, and spiritually. This is my promise to you, Suman. Be honest, dears. Please be honest with yourself. Starting with the self. That is Sookshma. That is yoga. True yoga is to connect with yourself first. Jivatma. Now give that promise in silence. You don't have to say it out loud. Just mananatrayate iti mantraha means whatever you're repeating in your mind, that's your mantra. Make this your mantra. Your mind can empower you or put you down. It is time to empower. Uddaret atman atmanam atmanam avasadhet. It is your best friend or it's your worst enemy. Make it your best friend by doing this. Make it your bandhu, your best friend. Going deeper and deeper. Opening your heart. Spread that smile, dears. I know we do complex yoga asanas, complex techniques, bandhanas, pranayamas. I know we are all experts in that. But simple ananda, starting with love for yourself, compassion for yourself, filling your cup so that you can share that with others. Are we doing that? Sharira madhyam kalu dharma sadhana eventually becomes kalu moksha sadhana. Now slowly open your eyes. Keep those smiles. Experience your breath and your smile, dears. Your breath and smile. Observe. Be aware. Observe where your mind is going. Or is it with you? Tame it. Slowly, step by step, you are taming it. Take nice, slow, deep breaths. Keep that smile. Don't leave that smile. Fill your tummy like a balloon. When you're doing this, you're slowly shifting from your sympathetic nervous system to your parasympathetic nervous system. You're balancing your Chandranadi and Suryanadi and coming to the center, to the Sushumna. I don't know all these complex things. All I know is Ananda, Prema and Ananda. That is the essence of yoga, dears. That is the essence of yoga. Fill your heart with love. Fill your heart with bliss. Become an embodiment of the pure love and bliss. That is yoga. Now close your eyes and just be there. Keep spreading that smile into your heart. Just 5 minutes, let's do this. All your attention on your heart. If any thoughts come and bother you, don't fight. I know you have a lot of deadlines, you have a lot of programs after this. Whole day speakers are there after me. You have to finish all these programs. I know mind will jump here, there like monkey. I know. But just tell your mind, hello, right now I'm taking care of myself. I'm taking care of Suman. I'm taking care of whatever your name is. Give me 5 minutes. I'll get back to you later. Be nice with your mind. Don't fight with it. Make it your best friend. Make it your bandhu. Uddharedatmanatmana. Your mind is your best friend. Now going deeper and deeper into your heart, you're opening your heart. All the great ancient sages, their pure vibrations are entering you. Going deeper and deeper into your heart. Letting go of any thoughts, any distractions. This is your precious time. Let go of your names, your titles, your designations. We didn't come with that. We won't go from this world with that. Everything we have to leave here, dears. Before it is too late, catch the one that is not changing. Catch the one that is permanent. Nayanam chindanti shastrani. Nayanam dahati pavakaha. Nachayanam kledayantyapo nasoshayati malta. The one that cannot be burnt by the fire. The one that cannot be wetted by the water, nor blown away by the wind. That is your being. That I, that I, when it experiences consciousness, that chit, that pure vibration, that Chaitanya Shakti, when that I identifies with that Chaitanyam, then starts Anandam. Until then, you cannot experience Ananda. Until we experience Anandam, there is no Arogyam and there is no Atmiyam. All the great ancient sages are constantly sending that pure vibrations. Open your heart and receive them. Say thank you to all the organs inside your body. Show gratitude to them. Spread that smile to your heart, to your lungs, to your spleen, to your intestines, to your kidneys, to your ovaries, to your uterus, to your lungs. Let every cell in your body receive that Ananda. Going deeper and deeper inside your heart. The divine nectar is oozing from your throat. Swallow that. the saliva that oozes out from the meditation, from pranayama, has so many nerve growth factors which help in proliferation of your neurons. Great antidote for dementia, Alzheimer's. Every cell in your body is receiving that pure vibrations. They are experiencing that pure bliss. Enjoy that silence. Enjoy that nothingness. Because that is your true nature. You are nothing. I am nothing. Nothingness, but full of energy, full of potential. Ano raniyan mahato mahiyan. That vibration is there in the smallest of the small, greatest of the great. That is your true nature. Going deeper and deeper into your heart, spreading that smile. Be there for 2 more minutes in that silence. Only 2 minutes. Listening to that Pranavanada. Oh. Om is the sound of the universe. It is the sound of your breath. The primordial sound. Enjoying that inner bliss. Now you're slowly starting to become aware of your breath. Tip of your fingers, tip of your toes, your neck, your shoulders. You're slowly coming out from that inner journey. Don't leave that smile, dears. Don't leave that smile. Your smile is your best friend. Mandasmita leads to Ananda. Smile for yourself. Just sit like that and smile. Keeping your eyes closed, clap your palms and warm up your palms, please. And put them on your closed eyes like cups. And see that nothingness, emptiness. One more time. Warm up your palms. And put them on your closed eyes. Spread that smile into that emptiness, nothingness, into your true self. Now slowly come back to Jnana Mudra. Keep your eyes closed. Keep that smiles, please. Keep that smiles. I know, even though my eyes are closed, I can see, I can feel. Now let's take 3 Ohms. Take a nice deep breath and let's chant Om 3 times. Om. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. May the whole universe be in bliss. May the entire humanity experience wellness. May we all live in oneness. You can open your eyes whenever you're ready. Namaste, everyone. Thank you very much for your time. I know I had to rush this a little bit because of the time. Hopefully in the future we can do an elaborate session so that we can all experience. Once again, my humble salutations and gratitude to all the staff, executive members, directors, secretaries at JSS Ayurveda Medical College, all the dignitaries who were present in the session, all the participants. May you all live in bliss, wellness and oneness to all. Thank you. Thank you. I'll be taking off now because it's almost midnight for me, if that is okay with your permission.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Our gratitude and dhanyawad both. Krutogyata. Thank you. Oneness and wellness.
Thank you.
Oneness and wellness and smile.
Beautiful. Thank you, sir. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Wonderful gift from your end, sir, in the International Day of Yoga. Thank you.
Thank you. Namaskar.
Thank you very much for wonderful session. Our simple Sookshma meditation. It's a unique one. Anybody, anywhere can do. Very simple technique you have taught us. Thank you very much, sir, for sharing your valuable insight.